Alrighty, so for you guys that have been on this this channel for a while, whether it be YouTube or Twitch, you know that Wolfers is a pretty frequent regular of the match critique streams. And, you know, still an up-and-coming player, definitely got a lot of beginner habits. And I was briefly watching some of these. I noticed a lot of problematic issues as I was going through it. But I wasn't doing like a thorough look over everything. So that's what we're going to be doing here. So let's get to it. Oh, cool. Perfect. You got here at the perfect time. I just started yours. So we'll get right into it. And let me pause the lo-fi hip-hop. No, I didn't start Wolfers yet. I'm about to do that right now. Yeah, okay. So whenever Sheik is hitting the can with needles, just hold shield. If it doesn't move, then you can just like throw out like a gunman or something like that. So then that way it's like that's an automatic shield can, and then the gunman can shoot the can, and you don't have to worry about like anything weird happening with it. So again, Sheik is also like another one of those cases that you just kind of like want to sit back and camp, just because it's like you're not going to win against her in the frame data war. However, the main thing to remember is that you are going to win in the trading war. So if you do one fair from Duck Hunt is basically the equivalent of one Sheik combo. So that's something to always remember. So if you are able to hit like trade with her in the air, that's generally going to be a good thing for you. And she's super light too, so she dies absurdly early. Again, if you're going to go for Clay Pigeon, make sure you get the full combos off of them. Because like you could have done the full hop back air there, and then you would have avoided the can explosion too. You don't have to be scared there. At least you delayed that Clay Pigeon. It seems like the Sheik is a little bit familiar with the matchup because it doesn't seem like they're challenging you when you have shield can set up. Yeah, he just lets you do that. It's kind of funny to watch. Again, like, why are you going for Clay Pigeon if you don't want the punish? Like, stop it. Just punish the Sheik, please. Like, at that last Clay Pigeon, like, that Sheik was dead. There, I think he could have gotten in there. Oh, God, that was weird. Okay, got lucky there. Oh, okay. Remember, I don't know how much you were watching before, but like right here, you always need to be ready for like moving shield can setups. So I guess I missed it. But yeah, basically there's a point where like can landed here and then you just like ran past it, but you could just like ran shield on top of it. And that Sheik was coming down with the fair. So then that way that would have just blown up on her. So always be aware of those type of things. Okay, yeah, that was a good escape right there, but that was definitely sketchy with the way that transpired. Again, you're just kind of spamming Clay Pigeon too much. Like think about Sheik like think Sheik is like the same thing like as Pikachu. Like Pikachu, for the most part, Sheik's just gonna be like way too quick and nimble, and she'll be able to get around Clay Pigeon very, very easily, either by jumping, or it's like if you aren't doing like the hard toss Clay Pigeons, she can just run under it. So you need to be very careful about how you're using it against her. The main like saving grace against Sheik is that if she's not really good with her combos for killing, she's gonna have a really hard time doing that against you. That's kind of about it. Again, don't go for F smash at the ledge. I know I've told you about that one quite a bit. And yeah, it did hit your can, so that's the reason why it hit you. So this is the thing. 90% of the Sheiks that you're going to fight are not going to kill you off a hit. And they can't even like realistically trade with you. But like when you have the actual punish, like you've hit her, you've got a true confirmant of something, and you just do nothing, you do yourself absolutely zero favors. And it's like it's like, think about like every single Clay Pigeon that you land that you don't go and punish her. Think about it as you just like buffing your enemy for just absolutely no reason. Like, oh, hey, I hit you. Let me give you plus 10 strength. I don't know why I'm doing it, but that's what I'm doing. Like that's basically what you're doing there. When you get Clay Pigeons, you need to just like convert off of it. And like at 97%, like Sheik's realistically a death percent to a lot of things. Oof. That's kind of the thing that's rough about down air. So when you do down air, there's a lot of times where after they like they land on the stage and they bounce back up, they can immediately do an attack afterwards. So that's why I don't recommend going for that move. Yeah, against a better Sheik, you need to be very careful about jumping after that one segment, because they can do jump bouncing fish to catch you. But like this one is just going for like the automatic. Oh god, yeah. I'm assuming that was a can, but you need to be really careful with all those Clay Pigeons. Again, also just really think about your projectile placements that you're even doing. So, like right here. That's a little bit farther back than I wanted. It's going pretty good. Thanks for following, Bohop. Also, we did reach the 10 sub thing. That thing's kind of incorrect, so we actually are going to do the matchup stream to get it the turnaround. So the mentality that you want to do is this. There it is. So whenever you get it, you want to do turn around, then B. Turn around, then B. Turn around, then B. Turn around, then B. So it's like you can do slow motion and like training mode first just to get like the motions down, and then you just slowly work up the muscle memory to doing it, and then it'll be better. Like if you're going like you're just smashing your controller to doing it, you're probably never going to get like the consistent rhythm for it. So start off slow, like start off at like half speed, turn around, then B, turn around, then B. It's probably going to be a little bit too slow at first. But like once like your mind understands what the input is, and then you speed it up slowly, just more and more and more, then you'll eventually get to the point where it's just like it's natural. Like I can even do like wave bounce come in. I think I'll probably have to practice that a bit because it's been a while since I've really done that much. But that's the thing. It's like movements are things that you need to practice, and think about it like working out. Like the only way that you're gonna get better about like ingraining like movement and like into yourself and like your character is just purely through practice. Like I remember Nick Riddle, which is ECM's brother. I remember him talking about what he does to practice movement. So if he's in tournament and he messes up a raw back air, after like the tournament was done, he would like go back and just do like 50 raw back airs in a row. And if he messed it up, he would go back and do it again starting from 1. So basically just like built up the consistency rhythm for it to make sure that he wouldn't mess it up in tournaments. So that's kind of what it comes down to. It's just you just practice a lot of muscle memory to get that stuff down. So right here. So obviously this was all like really confusing, and if you think about placing your Gunman here after like she does like that full hop, like realistically what is this covering? Like it's not going to cover anything for you. So like that's kind of the reason why you always want to go for cans in a lot of scenarios, and you really have to understand about where you are in adjacent to your opponent. Like considering that it doesn't sound like you're 100% confident in your movement, you're probably not able to watch them just yet. So that's the other reason why it's important to do. Yeah, so yeah, I would say just practice it. But however, Wi-Fi can screw up your input sometimes. Like that is the one thing I will always admit to. Is like sometimes inputs get eaten up, so it's like you won't be turning the right way. But for the most part, it'll never combine them into one. So like for in terms of just like the turnaround cans go, generally speaking, if Wi-Fi messes up, it won't result in a clay pigeon. It'll result in your can not going in the right direction. So that's at least like one. That's like at least like one saving grace to it. So just practice it. You'll eventually get it down. But yeah, like that gunman was just not covering anything at all. So it's like you need to be able to watch your opponent a little bit more, and just like kind of think a little bit more about your options. Also, I should mention this about. Let's go right here. So when Sheik is just charging needles at you, you don't want to F-tilt can. Throw out a gunman first, and then just jump and then approach from the air, because the gunman will shoot the can, and then that way you don't have to worry about the needles just going in and hitting the can. Because like you F-tilted can, as long as she throws out needles, that's just gonna automatically blow you up. Like this is a terrible thing to do. If you're fighting like any character that has a projectile at all, don't do this. Just don't. Let the can anchor and just worry about that. Question about if it's strong. I thought to get there after side beyond ledge. What you want to do is you want to wait to detonate your clay pigeon. You're doing it too early if you're getting there too late. That's generally what it is. So wait a little bit before you detonate it, and make sure you're getting the dash from duck hunt as soon as possible. Those are the two things. But yeah, just if you do that, all they have to do is just throw their projectile, and then you'll automatically get punished. So you have to be a little bit careful there. Oh boy. Oh, at least you recovered there. And so, like right there, what you did was like, these are really bad panic options. So, canning out of up air, okay, whatever. Oops. But like that can right there as you're falling down, like this is really easy for a rushdown character. Like if you're fighting like Falcon, Fox, or Sheik, or Pikachu, they can get under this super, super easily. So you want to like just wait around for what their option is and then respond accordingly. So something like this, you could just trade with fair. If it's Falcon, you're probably going to do like a double jump to avoid it. Pikachu, you can either go for the trade or you can do like the air dodge. And then obviously it's just way too greedy. But yeah, that's actually one thing that like I noticed that you aren't thinking about at all. So you're never thinking about your gunman being able to shoot your can and move that for you. And like when you think about that more, it's gonna make your play around this a lot safer. Yeah, like I have no idea why you'd go for clay pigeon in that scenario. Oh, so you're having like the issue of not resetting the can too. Again, just please, for the love of God, stop doing F smash there. She's like... Oh, that was... I don't know what that was. Yeah, that's easy enough right there. So like, at least you're able to like convert it out on there, but like you just like left yourself open so many different times. You're going for like all these hard reads you don't need. Like at 130, because Sheik is so light, you probably would just kill with down angled F tilt if she like did the ledge options that would get hit by it. And then like you just had to strike underneath the platforms with up air too. Like you could just make this a lot easier for yourself than just you rushing into her and then potentially just getting eaten up. They can't. Oh, okay. So you just weren't paying attention then. The other thing too, well, actually, the clay pigeon input still wouldn't come through though. Like that, you did a clay pigeon. You didn't do a can. If you did can, it would just ping the can there. So that was you messing up your hands there. But yeah, like when you get like a very, very light character like this to like death percent, you can just rely on like shield can eventually taking them out or like throwing them to can. That's all you really need to worry about. And then you can just eventually kill them with like strong air, up air, and F tilt. Or back air if you can get that. And you can focus on the trades too. But yeah, it's weird because it's like, on one hand, you weren't approaching them, but you weren't pushing advantage. And then there was just like all these weird times that you decided to like overcommit. So it was like very, very unbalanced that time. Sonic, basically with this character, it's the same deal. He camps you, you camp him. When it's even or you have the lead, especially the stock lead, really hard for any Sonic to get anything started. Because once again, like a lot of characters, everything he does loses the shield can. Nothing he can do about that. So that's rough for him. But however, it's like when he gets the lead, it can be kind of hard to hit him, but we're lucky because we get gunman, we get can, and with those you can trap him very easily. So we at least have a way to like get an advantage in against him. But like, of course, not easy to catch him because he's so fast. But it's a lot easier for us to trap him and get the lead versus him trying to get the lead back against us because he doesn't really have any explosiveness. He could just like get a good read with his smash attack. That's kind of about it. Again, please don't. If there's one character you don't do clay pigeon against, it's Sonic. One of the absolute best characters, like punishing that. Like going for something like Nair is a lot better against him. Also, yeah, that wasn't a true confirm into down air. Like you detonated it a little bit too early there. Which that would actually answer Lowboy's question. Or Bohops. Bohoop. This in the paragraphs, but I was trying to be a little more aggressive. Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't read your paragraphs, which I probably should have done that. Yeah, no, Sonic's not the character you want to be aggressive against. There's any character you're not going to be aggressive against, it's going to be Sonic. That's the one that you need to hold back and just like rely on your shield cans. And the other thing that's really good against Sonic is Nair. The reason why Nair is so good against him is just because like his hitboxes on most of his moves are actually not great, on Spin Dash in particular. Let me point that. I've talked about this before in the past. Let me pull this out again though. Yeah. So homing attack, the hitbox is actually trails behind him. So if you have a hitbox that like is there before he reaches you, you can actually beat it out. Same thing with spin dash. So I think this is the side B one. As you can see, the white part is his hurt box and the hitbox is on the inside. So if you throw any attack, like legitimately any attack as he's doing spin dash, it will always win. So that's why like lingering airs like Mario's or Duck Hunt's is very, very good at beating this out. So if you ever see him doing this, you'll just win. And then same thing here, the spin dash with this. So this is down B. So you can see the hurt box is still bigger, but this is the main one that matters. When he jumps, the hurt box is still bigger. And then, yeah, so like that's it. Like the hurt box is just a lot larger than the actual hitbox itself. So you always need to make sure you can abuse that. And then, you know, this is like the one time where I can definitively say our hitboxes are actually better than Sonic's. Because when you go for it, so this is pretty good. But like for the most part, if he does spin dash, these will beat it out before we get hit. It's just he has to specifically hit us right when our head is there, and that's the only way that spin dash is going to win. Other than that, it's always going to lose. Yeah, just specifically lingering Nair. Nair is like the easiest one. And then you just want to set up can a lot. So can to like catch the spin dash, and also can. And if you put can behind gunman, so when he spin dashes through, the can will blow up on the gunman, and that just punishes him automatically. Can there. Please don't do that. Like, you got rid of the entire advantage you had there, not to mention that did it, but that was, at least you got something saucy. So, at least you got redemption there, but that was really bad. Yeah, so like, so that right there, when he was coming down, like that spin dash, like the only way he could avoid you is if he jumped. So if you did down angle to F tilt there, probably would have killed him at that percentage. And it's like, it would guarantee stuff out his attack too. Yeah, he just had to be ready to tech that. Also, something you should like always keep in mind, when you're invincible, just be ready and set up your can. Like, there's no better advantage that you can get than having your can set up. The only reason why you wouldn't go for the can is either, okay, I can get this clay pigeon and kill them, or this back air is just going to kill them. That's it. Other than that, you're setting up can. That's something else to remember too, is that if you are underneath the platform and he does homing attack, it's going to cause him to miss. And he's stuck in lag for like 50 frames. It's really bad. let me check what the actual landing lag is. I think it's stated on here. Yeah, because like on hit it's 26, but without hitting it's something ridiculous. Like it's something like 40 to 50 frames. Elite smash stuff. Also, what you always do, if you're stuck in rapid jab and they're shielding on can, let go of your rapid jab and then ping with can, so then that way you can shield safely. Don't do it the other way around. Yeah, you always have to remember that down air is going to reverse the direction of the can instead of the direction that you're in. Yeah, it's like like over there, I wasn't sure like if that F smash was intentional, but just like keep in mind, just the F smash and ledge is not good. But if you're going for a down angled F tilt there, that makes a little bit more sense. It's like at least with down angled F tilt, you can at least consistently 2-frame. Yeah, again, so it's like, Whenever you see spin dash coming to you, specifically, I would say use F tilt because that one stays out for 5 frames. So with Sonic coming to you like that, that's going to be the most consistent move to beat him out. Smash attacks are a little bit too random because like they appear every 2 frames, I think. Let me double check. So like if you did F smash to try and beat him out, yeah, the first one is 17, and then the next one is frame 23. So there's 6 frames in between, or 5 frames in between where he can hit you. So you don't want to use your smash attacks. You want to use specifically just F tilt to beat it out. Yeah, so as for homing attack, the thing is like he can delay when he goes, so you don't really want to risk it just because he can change his timing. You can technically beat it out, but it's really hard to time that to actually work consistently. And also, you should notice that shield can would work really well against him more as long as you went for it more. Man, you almost got yourself killed because of that. So yeah, remember when you grab them at low percents, like always go for like F throw fair, unless like you can throw them off stage. Because like then if you did like F throw and then like dash attack or fair, you'd put them off stage. So that not only would you get more percent, you'd have a much better positioning too. Yeah, again, just no reason to approach. Yeah, no, that was actually a pretty good recovery there because you didn't burn your jumps or anything like that. See, that actually would have been pretty cool. Let me check. I don't think you were the one that grabbed, though. Yeah, that's actually something to remember. So, like, after you do, like, the up airs, if you don't have a true up air afterwards, wait for him to spring and then, like, set up either gunman or can, so that way you can catch him if he does the down air, and then it's harder for him to land. So that's something that you always want to do. Specifically set up can so you can cover him approaching you. Yeah, no, definitely make sure you have your bread and butter combos down. Like, there's no reason not to have your bread and butter combos down. And their duck guns are simple. It's like 2 or 3 pieces. Oh, wait, he grabbed you. I was about to say, if you went for the grab after that, like the can hitting him and everything, that'd been great. I'm surprised he didn't get damaged by the can at all. Yeah, that's something that he can do. Yeah, just remember, like, you can use up air, like, up tilt to anti-air. You don't have to go into him. So just be ready for things like that. Yeah, like Sonic has very random things that can kill you early, but for the most part, he shouldn't be landing them. Like an air back air is probably like the best one that he has. It's good. I mean, obviously, like if somebody has like a huge disjointed hitbox like that, we're not going to win. But if it's like a brawler, not bad. So the main thing to keep in mind is like the duck's head is the last part that's a hurt box. So you have this whole space right here that will just legit be an anti-air. Like I remember back at Smash 4, there was a way to, oh, it's disconnecting again. It'll be right back. Yeah, for those of you that aren't frequent watchers of my streams, for some odd reason, when I decide to use the Ethernet for my streams, every 2 hours it will disconnect, and I don't know why it will do that. But for some reason, it's in love with doing that. So I do need to make sure I stream way more consistently on Wi-Fi just so that it'll work. Okay, there we go. We're all good now. All right. Okay, so back to Duck Hunt's up tilt. So with Duck Hunt's up tilt, the main thing you need to look at is look where the duck's head is, and then after the head, this whole space right here is just a disjoint. So for a lot of characters, you'll just be able to beat it out. And one thing that's kind of funny is I remember. Let me put this more in here because I realize I'm getting out of frame. One thing that's kind of funny is like there was a way to use up tilt back in Smash 4 where it would actually beat out Cloud's down air. I don't know why it worked, but it just did. Like I don't think you can do it in this game. Let me double check though. And of course, not the strong down air, the lingering one. Yeah, it was like as he was like kind of like zipping through, and it's like you just start up tilting because it's like I think it's because, yeah. So it's like first Duck Hunt does this little crouch. So as the down air is going over, then he just like fully goes like that. So it's like I think this part would like just miss, and then the up tilt would just clip his foot there. It was kind of funny to watch. There were some people that were actually pretty good at doing it. I don't know what was going on with that. So I don't know why my mouse does this, but like every single time I click, sometimes it does a double click. It's a pretty low budget up tilt, all things considered. It used to be our consistent way to kill. Like it would kill at 150%, and since it was off the top, it was great. But no longer does that anymore. But yeah, I mean it's a regular anti-air. That's pretty much what it comes down to. So as long as they don't have like a giant sword that's just good straight up win, it'll win. It'll beat it out. Yeah, again, forward throw's much better option to go for at that part. Because like when you're at center stage and like you have the option to like actually combo off of it, you'll do more damage and you will get them to the ledge. So always make sure you do that. Yeah, like up tilt and forward air are the two moves that definitively got worse in this game. Outside of that, yeah, everything else got buffed like crazy. Oh, let me talk real quickly about this matchup. This matchup is one of the most absurdly straightforward and basic things. Stay back, don't approach, and Ike is very bad at approaching Duck Hunt, and he will swing, and you just punish him when he swings. That's kind of what it comes down to. And then Gavin's really good for abusing him. Whenever he's doing quick draw, throw can in the area that he is, so that way he has to swing at the can. And when he does that, he's just a sitting duck, so you can just hit him for free. So it's really hard for him to recover. Not to mention that when you get him hit once, like especially by Clay Pigeon, he can't get out of that. But he is very strong. And he's got a big sword. So you got to be careful of those two things. And that's the other thing too, is like, you know, you can kill him by just going for F smash. So just make sure you put it in an area where it makes sense. Also, from that Clay Pigeon, you could have done several more Clay Pigeons. Like, there's no reason for you to back off there. At least you were smart enough for that one. Again, F Smash is going to do you no favors there. Also, like, what was that down smash, too? Like, if you understand how Ike's quick draw works, you should understand that, like, down smash is going to no way ever be right where he is. So if you wanted to cover that, I mean, best thing to do is just to like throw out like a up air right here. So that way it's like he can't hit you and then you'll just hit him. Or you can just do a gunman in this direction. So you'll cover where he's going to land. So like by throwing that can where he quick drawed, that was a pretty good example of you just being able to like throw out an F smash if you wanted to just like kill him. It's like if you, let's go back there. It's a little too far. That's way too far. We'll start here. So can. So if you decided to just like wait right here or just like go here and do F smash, that would catch him. But because like you wait way too long for that, then it wasn't going to work. Gotcha. Yeah, so it's like if Ike does a quick draw here, kind of like about like this is full charge. It kind of ends here. After like this spot, he can no longer swing and hit you, so he'll just kind of be a sitting duck. But like when he lands, he doesn't land with too much lag, so you just need to be ready to throw out a hitbox there. And the thing is, after he swings, like he swings his sword and like he swings at the can, he goes into free fall. So there's not too much you can do about that. But yeah, see, you got a good catch right there. And then, yeah, he has a really, really good dash attack. So if you're bad with your projectile pulls, he can just kind of run over you at 90% and you're just dead. So that's always one thing you need to keep in mind. The other thing too is like you got like that initial can right here. I think, yeah, it's like right after you took a stock. So here. So when you know like can is gonna like hit him, you can do like automatically combo off of this. So you can like jump and then as you're falling down, you just fair him. So like the way this would have worked is like when you like at that part, like when Can was about to fall down, I would have done like short hop, and then when that connects, you move forward fair, and then that'll combo into a grab, then forward throw fair, and then he'd already be off stage. But yeah, be careful of those. And this is something that you need to remember is when he does Aether and when he lands, he's going to land with a tremendous amount of lag. So let me get the exact number for you. Like Aether. First of all, that move is just not even remotely safe on shield. So if you wanted to do that, it's negative 29 on shield. And when he lands with 36 frames of lag. So he's basically pulling out a can when he lands. So, if you ever see him just do Aether in neutral like that, like just please, for the love of God, punish him to the max. Oh yeah, that's what it is. He has to up B. Thanks for clarifying, Donuts. Yeah, that's if they get hit by that, that's how you know they don't know the matchup. That's the other thing too. It's just like, if you can land away from Mike, there's two things that he's going to hit you with. He's either going to be hitting you with quick draw, or he's going to be hitting you with dash attack or a dash grab, which is significantly better than getting hit by an Ike smash attack. So always keep that in mind. Don't ever land on top of Ike. So he's got really good anti-airs. Also, something to keep in mind, like with his Aether or like Clouds Like Climecaster and all that stuff, they can't drop through the platforms with their up B, so they'll always be forced to land there. So you can basically guarantee yourself what punish you need to go for afterwards. Again, like you're just waiting too long. Like you can hit him in the middle of him going for Aether, so don't be afraid to go a little bit closer. Because like if you trade like your F smash and his Aether, you're gonna come out on top compared to him. Again, that could have been a longer combo. It's just you kind of messed up the way that you did that. And then I know he caught your DI. He caught you dashing away there, so that's all that was. But, you were slowly bringing it back. It was just like, you're playing a bit more patient. You're keeping him there. Your reactions were a little bit slow, but I can honestly blame Wi-Fi on that. Like there, at least when he jumped, it's like I did see the can ping afterwards. So it's just, you have to be a little bit more proactive on Wi-Fi. Yeah, overall, definitely like a lot of bad beginner habits. Like not really going for your bread and butter combos is a big thing, especially at low percents. Like F throw fair, F throw dash attack. Like unless you're grabbing them like right at the ledge, that's pretty much the option you're going to go for like 90% of the time. The other thing too is that you never follow up off your clay pigeons for the most part, so you need to make sure you get those down because like otherwise there's zero reason for you to ever throw those out. Learn to let your gunman shoot your can, because that will solve a lot of problems from you instead of like putting yourself in a lot of vulnerable positions against like a character like Sheik with the needles. So you're not trying to hit the can when she's hitting it. And then definitely the other thing too is like learn the matchups where you need a camp, and then the other ones where it's like you can go a little bit more in and kind of force things and just kind of learn how to do that better. But yeah, no, I think overall that mostly covers. Oh, and for the love of God, stop using F smash at the ledge. And like reassess all the smash attacks that you're doing, because like I don't think I saw like a single one that was like really good. The one that was good was like when you did F smash against his quick draw. That was good. That was the one good smash attack. But other than that one, they weren't necessarily good. Like the one where you did at like center stage to catch the roll, that was just a knowledge check. Like against like somebody that like at least understands something, they won't get hit by that. That's a one and done. And it preys on your opponent not knowing the duck hunt matchup. So don't ever rely on those. So with that said, Wolfers, do you have any more questions? Because I know the last time that we like talked and we played, like the main thing I was saying is that you just run away a little bit too much and you don't have the other thing down. Which in this kind of thing, you were sort of working on that, but you kind of went about it the wrong way. Yeah, definitely make sure you do that. Because like that's the time that you push forward. Because all the other times, like you just kind of push forward just randomly here and it didn't make sense. Like the play style that you had was fine, where it's like you just avoided like all contact as much as possible, but you just didn't know how to push forward after you got the hits, and that's what's important. And how to go from there. That's what you really need to work on. The neutral game plan wasn't bad. So like right there, that's a good advantage. So right here, this is a good part I can talk about. So Sonic here, because you have no strings, he's probably going to just like up B again or like jump down air. So what you do in this situation is this. You set up the can to cover one area. So like here, you could jump, throw can, and then have that cover this platform so he can't land over there. Then Duck Hunt's going to cover this middle part, and he's going to cover this center part. And what you need to do is you need to watch your opponent and see what they do and cover from there. You just have to think about it more. That's really it. Like, watch your videos and really think about more what you can be doing. Ohayou gozaimasu-san. Ogenki desu ka? But yeah, so from what you do here, you just like want to cover as many options as possible with Duck Hunt. That's what you got to think. You have to remember, like, your can is basically your Nana, but you have way more control over that can than your Ice Climber does over Nana, because Nana does whatever she wants. Can does what you tell it to, and it does what your opponent does when it hits it. So you can know everything that it's doing all at once. So really take advantage of that fact. Like, Duck Hunt is a character that traps their opponent. It can control, like, many factors. Like, Can's a puppet, Gunman's an assist. It's a beam assist from Marble, and that's what it does. そうですね。たくさんスマッシュしましたか? But yeah, that's kind of the way to do it. Just like identify those scenarios more and then just go off of that. And then it's something that you're going to learn. Like, the more that you play, the more that you fight characters and you understand them, the more you're going to understand those scenarios. And that's really all I can say. But like, even watching the Izal videos, he'll kind of tell you about that stuff too. So those wouldn't be bad to watch. Like, any of the Art of videos will probably talk about advantage and disadvantage in some degree or form. And the more that you understand disadvantage state, the better you'll understand your advantage as well. And that should do it for this.